Welcome back, my sweet and sassy soul sisters and friends. We are here to go on another trip to Birdmoss, and this time we're going to go to Birdmoss to watch the eclipse. I'm so excited. Can't wait to see how she created a box around the eclipse. As you can see here, I've got my little crystals spread around that I just got from my friend. Not ready to put any of these up just yet. So let's go head on to Birdmoss. All right. Let's break the seal and get a sneak peek into our box and set it aside. Here is our card, the eclipse. You can see the eclipse up here in the trees, and then we've got the forest and this beautiful horse. And look, you can see the reflections of the eclipse on the horse's back. Shadow is our theme. Many in Birdmoss believe that the arrival of the eclipse is heralded by the chaos of wings, as an immense owl throws evening shadow over the land. As the light begins to change, bats emerge and swoop through the sky. Spiders begin to dismantle their webs. Trios of mushrooms bubble up from the earth. Among the villagers, the brave and the curious rush outside with a variety of perforated devices. Sieves, baskets, and flower frogs are all pressed into service as pinhole projectors. Held over the smooth pathways, they cast images of the circular sun. Children marvel as the projected sun becomes moon-shaped, waning to thin crescents, or is the sun a round loaf devoured by birds? On this day, history expands. Every journal fattens with eagerly scrawled notes and sketches. Beautiful. You dream to a village in Birdmoss where the eclipse is beginning. The sun becomes moonlight. Metal sieve. A child offers you a small perforated device so that you can project the sun's changing shape on a flat surface. In addition, you can use your sieve to strain muddled cocktails and potions, or to skim ingredients from a simmer pot. So we've got this metal sieve that we can use to, as she said, view the sun, the eclipse through. And then it's still functional to be able to use in the kitchen afterwards. This has written down that an eclipse equals a superpowered new moon. The Foxes use cyanotype photography to create detailed botanical journals. The same sensitive paper can be used to create images with light or luminograms. The Foxes bring out their treated paper to document the eclipse's progression. Use your sieve or other objects to create striking patterns. Review the enclosed instructions before opening the black envelope of light-sensitive paper. Let's see. Black envelope. Here we go. Here is our black envelope with light-sensitive paper that we're not going to open yet. The creatures know that change in the light signals something unusual. They upend their usual routines. It feels like a storm is approaching. but there are no clouds in the sky. You leave the busy village for the quiet of the tree line. As you approach, you see large animals moving slowly through the shadows. Drawing closer, you realize that the wild horses have taken to the forest. You have never seen them here before, but you are prepared with an offering. Amber-colored rock sugar. This type of sugar is prized for tea because of its simple, clean sweetness. One of the horses invites you to clamber upon her back, then takes you for a brief, jolting ride under the darkening sky. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. So the top says, amber tea sugar for the wild horses. How neat is that? I've never seen this before. Have you guys? Amber tea sugar. It doesn't really smell like anything. Oh, I can't wait to try that. I wish I had a glass of tea in here right now, but I already finished it. That is definitely unique and different. The day of the eclipse or new moon is an auspicious one for most new undertakings. Make a promise to yourself and use this bag of supplies to lay the groundwork for a new chapter in your life. Write your promise on the scrap of paper. The cinnamon is for good luck and protection. The bee symbolizes the work you will invest in your plan. And the yellow cord signifies a guiding trail through darkness and fog. Add something of your own, such as a coin from your purse for prosperity, a hair from your head for health, or a found stone for discovery. Seal the elements together with the included beeswax. The wax contains a wick, so the remainder can be burned as a brief candle as you contemplate your promise. Oh, this sounds interesting. All right. Promise making bundle. I think it might be this bag. Not sure. But look at this beautiful black velvet bag. I've never seen one like this with the stars and the moon in the sky. And they're in gold. If that's not coming across. How beautiful. I love it. It's just on the one side. We got noodles stuck here. Let's see what, yep, this is it. So we have a little piece of handmade paper. We have our yellow cord. We have, oh, our little teeny tiny candle that does, I don't know if you can see it on camera, maybe this end better, but it does have a wick going through the middle. So you use this to melt to seal it with wax, and then you can stand it up and let it burn the rest of the way. That is so cute. I love that. Tiny little candle. And here we've got our cinnamon stick. Beautiful. Make sure there's nothing else in here. The other day, I missed something in one of the sachets in another box. We're going to put this back in here to save for our eclipse ritual. Beautiful. I love that. You receive a packet of sourdough starter which has been quickened with wild yeast. Use it to inaugurate a batch of bread starter which may feed your descendants for generations. Begin it on the day of the eclipse, upon any new moon, or on a day which is significant for you. Then tell and retell the story of your heirloom starter every year. Someday you will be counted among the ancestors. Wow, that's kind of powerful. Have you ever thought about that before? I never have until this moment. One day, all of us will be considered our descendants' ancestors. They will be looking to us for guidance. Wow. That's powerful. And exciting because I've never done a sourdough starter before, so this will be my first time. So, we have Wild Ferment Heirloom Sourdough Starter. And we've got the information about it. Working with wild ferment. The methods, ratios, and recipes for working with sourdough are too numerous to count. Almost all approaches work. Your wild ferment is resilient and will persevere even if you neglect it, overfeed it, or do the math incorrectly. It can thrive for generations. Wow. Then it's got some rules of thumb. A kitchen scale is recommended to begin to maintain how to bake a simple loaf. Oh, that's exciting. I'm really excited about this, actually. Hestia, have you ever done this yet? I know that the way it works is you create the starter and then it grows and you can keep pulling off of it to make bread and to share with family and friends. But you always still have that main starter is how I believe it works. So, once I get to that point, I will send you some if you've never done it before so that you can start your own. That's exciting. And we're down to our last item. This box is always over way too fast for me. As the eclipse ebbs away and the sun waxes wide again, the creatures begin to return to their usual habits. An owl alights upon a branch above you and begins to settle, preening its feathers and watching you. Suddenly, you are startled by the brush of an immense wing that casts a wide, dark shadow. Ooh, that's exciting. An owl. We all know how much I love owls. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's an owl necklace, I think. Oh, wow. I'm so excited. Oh, wow. Look at that. How beautiful. So you can tell this is a necklace that she created using one of those metal pendant backs and probably some clay in a mold that she then painted and glued in. And that makes it even more special that it's handmade. Oh, wow. I love that. I am so excited about that one. I'm going to put the owl over here. That is beautiful. And then what is this paper here? We have a paper here. Oh, this is our instructions to paint with the sun. Before you open the black envelope, please read these instructions. So this is how to make some eclipse art with the light sensitive paper. And then okay, we have some notes on the back of our paper here. Vocatus umbra. I'll have to look up what that means. I'm wondering if it's Latin for eclipse, because I know the umbra has to do with the sun, and vocatus, I don't know what that word means. Birdmoss nursery rhyme. When baking, you should always greet the tiny creatures you can't see, for if they consider you polite, they will make your loaf to rise. Oh, so we're talking about yeast. It's a poem about yeast. How cute is that? In Birdmoss, most bread is leavened with sourdough starter or ferment, which is enlivened by wild yeast. A family may feed and love and hand down a ferment for centuries. Each region takes particular pride in the properties of their local ferments. It is a rite of passage to create a ferment of one's own. Initiates make a slurry of flour and water and present it under the waxing moon for several successive nights. This process collects drifting wild yeast and puts it to work. It is believed that the expanding moon will make the ferment likewise expand, and the surface of a bubbling starter does indeed resemble the cratered moon. Oh, I'm so excited. And based on that, Hestia let me know, maybe you would want to start your own based on what that said. You might want to start your own, but if you want some of mine, I'll be happy to share once it gets going. Now we only have one thing left, which is our card here to see where we're going to visit next month in Birdmoss. Are you ready? Do you have any guesses? Where do you think we're going to go? Who do you think we're going to meet? What do you think we're going to see? In April, meet the Feathered Witch. Ooh, that sounds really interesting and exciting. Our charm here is a gecko, I believe. The Feathered Witch. Wow, very intriguing. I am so excited. So tell me what you guys think of this box down below. Favorite items. I definitely love the owl necklace, obviously, and I can't wait to put it on. I'm super excited about starting an heirloom sourdough. I would say those are my two favorites, the sourdough and the necklace. Tell me what your favorite was. I hope you all have a magical day, and I'll see you later. Bye.